Coming up on today's show, we are packing up the car and heading to one of the coolest college towns in Northeast Ohio. We're in Kent. We are showing you all of the hot spots to try out, from great bites to delicious drinks. And of course, there's plenty of shopping to do around every corner. New Day Cleveland starts right now. Welcome to New Day Cleveland. I'm Natalie Herbick. I'm excited. We are spending the hour in Kent, and we happen to be kicking things off in the famous Acorn Alley. Heather knows a lot about not only Acorn Alley, but beyond, working with Main Street Kent. First of all, thank you for bringing us to your great town.
Absolutely.
It is absolutely wonderful. There's so many little hidden nooks and crannies throughout Kent, and we're going to explore so many of them today. But you've probably grown accustomed to knowing a lot about so many of them.
Absolutely. I've been here for 13 years, so we have a really strong business community in Acorn Alley. We have great public art projects all over town. We do all kinds of work to help promote our businesses and keep things interesting and get people out there exploring places they may have never gone before. So it's always a fun adventure all the time.
And the sense of community in Kent, I think, is very strong. Would you agree?
Absolutely. Yep.
I mean, it really, you just feel like whether there's the students here or people who just come, it's a small, everybody's very protective of Kent, and I love that aspect of it. I mean, just looking at some of the shops along Acorn Alley, some of these like off the wagon, we've been there so many times. They're staples.
Yes, and that was one of the first businesses that opened in Acorn Alley and was really what helped get all of this up off the ground. But these businesses that work together all the time, they share employees, they help each other carry boxes. When somebody has a flood, they help each other out. They are constant. They're like a big family. It's really cool.
I love that aspect of it. And then, with what you do, you get to promote, and not only do help promote the businesses, but then you hold events throughout the year that give people a unique reason to come and see them firsthand.
Yeah, we absolutely, all year long, whether it's music or a festival. We do a podcast now that's called Kent in Good Company, so that helps people learn a little bit about some of the business owners in the city and just get to know the feel, so yeah.
If I were to ask you some of your favorite spots around town, do you have favorites?
I do have favorites, and I love the Pop Shop. Handmade candy is something that's really unique and delicious. You can always find a gift in either McKay Bricker or Off the Wagon. Ray's is just a great place for a salad or a burger. So it's just there's always something really good to do or eat or enjoy or somebody to shop for. It's a great place to be.
And I feel like, honestly, no matter what time of year, I mean, the sun's out right now. It's beautiful. I know we have our coats on, but you can come and explore because a lot of the things are very close in proximity to each other.
Right, and even if there's nothing going on per se, there's still something going on. You can just come downtown. We have a designated outdoor refreshment area, so you can grab a beverage and walk around any day of the year and just enjoy people watching. We have lots of seating areas around, and no matter what the temperature, people are out enjoying our town.
Well, we know you're going to want to get in that car and come on down here, so we're going to give you several reasons to do it. Hey, if you're looking for a good bite to eat when you come here to Kent, Acorn Alley would be the place to come. We're here at Alley Mac. Jessica, I have to say, saw the name, realized it's all about the mac and cheese here.
Absolutely.
Some good stuff. Why mac and cheese?
Well, we decided we were going to open this place up. We were trying to think what would be something that everyone would enjoy. And we were looking at the students, the people in town, and we just were like, you know what? Let's go with mac and cheese. And let's do something different with the mac and cheese. So we're doing it up.
Well, people would eat it morning, noon, and night, and college kids especially, right?
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
I did all the time. But you're here for lunch and dinner.
Lunch and dinner.
So we come up, we roll up, and we can order, build your own even if we want to?
Absolutely. So we have a lot of specialty mac and cheeses that we have prepared. Just amazing dishes.
Ooh,
Chuck's really good at getting the flavors together and making it work. So you'll have to check those out. But then, a lot of the students enjoy building their own mac and cheese, and it's really fun for us to see what they build.
Can I be a student today?
Yes, please. And the adults like to do it too.
All right, so hello, I'm Natalie.
I'm Sage.
Sage, nice to meet you, Sage. All right, let's do some ordering, shall we?
Yes.
Okay, so I pick 2 meats first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Up to 2 meats.
Up to 2. Oh, then I'll just do 1 if it's okay. I'm gonna do the chicken, the blackened chicken.
The blackened chicken. Okay.
And then veggies, I can pick 3?
Yep.
Ooh, man. Mushrooms, please. Pickled jalapenos. And pickled red onions, please. And then I will do feta cheese, please. And then what do you, how about the habanero? Or sriracha buffalo.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's do that. And there's crispy toppings.
You gotta do.
I'm gonna say no to the, or do you think I should do one?
Oh, you gotta do a crispy top.
What
Let me
should I
see.
do?
You got blackened chicken, mushrooms, pickled red onions, feta. You've got to go with potato chips.
Okay. I never say no to potato chips. This all looks amazing. I'm blown away by your food. I'm telling you. Thank you, Raven. This is my build your own.
There's your build your own with your potato chips.
That looks so good. I'm glad you suggested the potato chips on top.
It's
You
about
a
the
little bit of
topping.
crunch on everything, right?
Absolutely. And you got to try something different. That's what we're about.
This looks so good. Okay, before I dig into this, what is this? Is this a smash burger?
Yeah, this is a triple smash burger. It's our alley burger. Lots of toppings on it. Chuck makes his own sauce that goes on it. Yeah, it's actually, we're a mac and cheese place, but the locals find us to be a burger place too. They come in to get these burgers all the time.
I love it. Okay, and what about this? Is this a great salad in front of us
This is
here
our
too?
Cobb salad. So it's different because we have some tortillas on the top, and then Chuck makes, again, his own dressing. So we have the green onion buttermilk dressing to go with it, which I think is why it's so popular. And then we have our loaded pierogies.
Come on now with the
You have to get
pierogies.
those. And yeah, so everything's made here in-house. We all come up with the menu items and what we're going to put on stuff. And
You guys are always active too, I feel like. You work with the Main Street organization to help
Yeah.
out with.
So we just opened in August. So since we've opened, we've been trying to do any of the activities and events that Main Street Kent comes up with. You know, just being a part of the community is what makes this so special.
Well, speaking of with the community, you are very big with the students here as well, right? I heard they even helped you with the business a little bit.
Absolutely, we love the students here. So they came to us, the marketing department, and they asked if they could do a little bit of our marketing. So they did our Facebook, our Instagram, and it was really nice.
You do a Mac of the Week, I heard.
We do a Mac of the Week. So every week we have a special, and we run it $2 off for the week. This week is our Texas Shorty, which it's not here, but I think Chuck made one. If you want to see
Well,
it.
you never know what you're going to get then when you come here. And depending on what week you're here, get a little special Mac of the Week deal. And let me tell you, I think it's time for me to just test out this mac and cheese. I mean, if you were out the day before and you want to look for something that's wonderful, like for an early
Absolutely.
lunch, this would be good. Or something that'll stick to the bones through the winter months and beyond, right?
Absolutely.
I'd be for lunch and dinner. Oh, that's got that hook to it too. It's so amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
When we return, study up on the greatest artists and designers at the Kent State University Museum. Kent is best known for its exquisite world-renowned fashion program. The art of fashion is celebrated at the Kent State University Museum, and we have a look at those gorgeous designs.
Welcome to Kent State University Museum. It is an extraordinary collection of historic dress, fashion, and decorative arts. Our founders at the Kent State University Museum were Shannon Rogers and Jerry Silverman, and they had a business in better dresses in 7th Avenue, New York, and they did quite well. And Shannon Rogers caught the collecting bug, and he amassed about 4,000 important garments, historic garments, and thought, you know, we need to have a museum with all this. And he had ties. He was from Newcomerstown, Ohio, and he came to Kent, and the museum started from there, founded in 1982, opened to the public in 1985. We're now at nearly 30,000 objects. We have always on display a permanent collection of historic dress called the Fashion Timeline, and that always changes. Every few months we're switching out 5 or 6 pieces, but it ranges from the 1700s, it's chronological, up through modern times, so you'll see Western dress in about 3 different galleries. A large part comes from donation. Over the years, we relied on donations, I would say 99.9%. We do have a small acquisition fund, so we're able to purchase pieces where we find that, there are holes in the collection. Any museum collection will have places where they need to augment, and so we're able to do that. We're always bringing in exhibitions, and that they generally last around 11 months, so there's plenty of opportunity to see them when we do open them. We did one iteration of Katharine Hepburn, and this is the second, and she just really still draws the crowd because of her iconic fashion sense, because she pushed for women to wear trousers in an age where women still really couldn't get away with wearing trousers in public, and she was just such a strong personality, both on stage, on screen, and in real life. And there are several others. We have had exhibitions where we have different incoming loans from all over the world. The Textures exhibition was amazing to work with. The Hildur Johnson exhibition is amazing, a local artist who's from Iceland. Beautiful works, and we also have showcased faculty work, which is a really great platform for faculty and for their students to see their work in a museum environment. It's so important. We are such a great resource for students, for the fashion students, and this dynamic really doesn't exist in a lot of places. So fashion students get to use the collection. We encourage them to come over and make individual research appointments. We encourage the faculty to come, and in fact we do pull a lot of pieces. So it exposes students firsthand in a way that they just wouldn't have otherwise. It's a really important learning tool. Here we are in Kent, Ohio. It's an incredible experience, and I can't tell you how many times people have come to me. Designers who have come in that were students at the school and have said, I wish I used this as a resource more when I was here. I wish so. It's like, you have to come. It's just a gem.
The Kent State University Museum always has incredible revolving exhibitions, so you can check them out at kentedu.com/museum. Or let's keep the fashion train rolling, shall we? The cool spot that turns clothing waste into sustainable fashion, and it started in Butler, Pennsylvania. This is Branded in Kent.
We describe Branded as just like a small vintage boutique. We specialize in 80s and 90s vintage fashion, Y2K. Our mission statement is turning clothing waste into sustainable fashion. So just big on sustainability, vintage, quality. So our 2 original owners were brother-in-laws. They both were in the military, and then they got out and they both started reselling, kind of just doing random stuff on their own. And then they kind of got together and started doing it. Then they had a friend who introduced them to vintage clothing, which was becoming a huge thing at the time. So they bought some storage units, started selling out of there, opened our first location in Butler, Pennsylvania in 2019. From there, we got the textile recycling facility, because before me, they would like take turns. One would work a week and one would go like find inventory for the store that week, and then they would switch. And then so I started working there full time. I would work someday 5, 6, 7 days a week, and then they started on the warehouse side of it. So then we got that, and then now that's how we source for our stores. We try to organize everything kind of by sections, and then now we started doing it by size, but then it's also by color. The vibe is just to make it as easily shoppable as it can be. It's just with one-of-one pieces that can become somewhat difficult, because a lot of people, they'll love a certain item but want it in a different size or this or that. So we also try to group it by like sections as well. Like, so we put all the sports stuff in one place, all the band tees in one place, stuff like that. But just it's easy to shop, but also just comfortable to be here. Like, we always have fun music playing. All our staff are super cool, welcoming, young. They'll love to have a conversation with you. Most of them love fashion or vintage or both. We We do source from our own textile recycling facility, so it's called a rag house in the vintage world. So we have our own donation bins around like the Pittsburgh area, but we also buy donations from charities when they have a surplus of clothing. So we get now it's about 50,000 pounds of clothing a month that we sort through by hand. We pull out all the vintage for the stores. We pull out all of the newer brand name stuff that's in really good condition. And then we keep everything. The goal is to not throw anything away. I always say you can pretty much put together an entire outfit as long as you bring your own undergarments here. So the main things that we do are t-shirts, crew necks, jackets, bottoms. So we do a lot of jeans. We started doing women's actually when we opened our Kent location. So now we do have a women's vintage section. It's actually this. But we have a women's vintage section, and then we expanded into more shoes, accessories, purses, jewelry, stuff like that. Our purse wall has become very popular. Hats, just really anything that we think would go together and kind of fit the vibe and just put together an outfit is awesome. So we do have tax-free Tuesday every Tuesday, so it's no sales tax on any purchase. And then we do student discounts every Thursday, so it's 20% off. You just need a student ID, any student ID from any school. So those are our two sales. You can find us on Instagram, Branded in Kent. Our website is brandedinbutler.com. Your money is going towards a greater good. We try to make sure that everything, all the money that we make, honestly 90% of it gets reinvested back into the business. So just trying to help out as much as we can, and then we can do philanthropy work and stuff like that. But we try to just make sure there's something for everybody. It's really inclusive. We're trying to make sure it's just fun and for everyone and just good, yeah.
Still ahead, we're headed to a well-known grocery store that's building the community of Kent. This spot has been a staple in Kent since 1996. If you guys have been here, you know why. I'm talking 101 Bottles. Justin, the owner, is here with me. We also have Craig back there, who's going to whip us up some great drinks. You'll see his face all the time. You're here probably all the time, right?
Yeah.
And he makes a really good drink as well. You made a couple for us today.
Yes.
What did you make here?
We have our espresso martini, which is a very popular drink for everybody that comes in here. Here we have one of our more popular old fashions, Buffalo Trace Old Fashioned. Everyone loves Buffalo Trace.
Ooh.
So you got a nice bourbon, Luxardo cherries, some orange, some nice bitters in there.
And are you going to make one more for us today?
Yeah, I'm going to make you one of these Buffalo Trace Old Fashions.
Oh, he's showing us how it's done.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
as he's preparing and showing us how it's done, Justin, I noticed the bottles. Is that they're lined throughout the whole place? Is that where we get the 101?
Bottles of beer on the wall, it is. Yeah,
Bottle
for
of beer
sure.
up on the wall. No, you've transformed this place. I know. So you've had it 28 years. You decided after 28 years, let's change this up a little bit.
We did. We gave it a pretty serious transformation. And 101 Bottles of Beer on the Wall, it's sort of always been known as half craft beer and wine shop and then half bar. You could shop, you could drink, you could do both. And then last summer, we removed the retail side of it and added in shuffleboard courts and shuffleboard table. And that's sort of the new look here.
How's that going for you guys?
Pretty good. It's we kind of feel like once you try it or you play it, you'll really like it. It's a really old game, but I feel like it appeals to all ages. We've started leagues on Monday nights, and I tend to think it's been pretty well received, and it goes great with beer.
Of course it does, right? It probably even makes you play better.
Absolutely.
Right?
I mean, for me, it definitely enhances my game.
That would be the case for me too.
Yeah.
Can I ask you this? You're right across the street from Kent, so you get a lot of the students who are old enough to be drinking in here, I'm sure.
Yep, for sure. And we also have a local presence, a very strong local presence. I think because we've been here a long time, we're established in the community. So I think we have a nice mix of both students and local residents.
Right, the cocktails are great. That's one thing, but the beer, your selection, you change it out all the time.
It is. That's really been our niche. Beer lovers, we are constantly rotating those taps. So oftentimes we're changing the menu multiple times a week. So it's a very sophisticated lineup, but there's also a lot of drinkable things for everyone. But for beer lovers, they love coming here because every week the beer lineup is completely different. So it's really a lot of fun. It's always very exciting to see what's on the menu next. Yeah, exactly.
So Craig just finished this one. So this is the
The Buffalo Trace Old Fashioned.
Buffalo Trace Old
right,
Fashioned.
That's right.
I had to make sure. I didn't want to put words in anybody's mouth. All right, we're gonna cheers with this one here.
All right.
I don't know which one to do because normally I'd be an espresso over a bourbon, but
I sort of recommend doing all of them.
hey, when in Rome,
Why not?
right?
Why
Let's
not?
try it. It's pretty tasty.
Excellent.
That's good. For someone who's nervous about bourbon sometimes, I'm telling you. So you can come here, get the drinks.
Yes.
You can play shuffleboard. I did see that you had a table shuffleboard over there.
We do.
I would like to say that I'm somewhat decent at that. Could we go? Could we go play before I
For
head
sure.
out?
You have a skill
Okay.
set on that.
All right.
Great.
Time out. Popcorn.
It's there and it's free.
Dude, this is the best. This is the best. Okay, let me get a little bit here. Does everyone just come up and they make their own like this?
They do. The only thing better than popcorn is free popcorn. So this is very exciting.
I'm not going to say no to this. Okay, just a little.
And listen,
fuel.
I really appreciate you pouring that for me. Thank you.
All right, I got my popcorn back. Now it's time to get down to business. All right, we have Craig and Noah down there. You ready to do this? Well, I'll go first.
Go first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Craig, you're on my team.
Oh, you're showing off.
I told you I wasn't too bad at this.
Man, that's hard.
All right,
to
I'll
do.
give you one. Go ahead. You're gonna knock me right off. He was being nice. He was being nice.
No.
All right, I saw happy hours up too. So happy hours, does it count for the bar and shuffleboard?
It does. It's you get obviously it's happy hour at the bar, but you also get like 25% off on the table or on the courts.
Come check them out. 101 Bottles. You can also find them on social media. 101 Bottles Kent, and they can always go to your website too to find out more information. Right?
Absolutely. Yep. 101bottles.com.
There you go. Get your popcorn, get your shuffleboard, get your drinks, and have a good time. I'm gonna knock you off.
Oh man.
I'm gonna no! Bringing the Kent community together since 1981. This grocery store is a staple for supporting local and organic businesses. This is the Kent Natural Foods Co-op.
Kent Natural Food Co-op is a cooperative health food grocery store that's been around since 1971. We're a store that offers all kinds of things like health and beauty products, produce, bulk, packaged goods, herbs, vitamins, supplements, everything your grocery store has, only on a smaller scale. It's planted here on 151 East Main Street in downtown Kent since 1981. When you're buying food here, you know that it doesn't have pesticides, herbicides. It's grown organically with organic methods of natural fertilizers, no chemical fertilizers. And that when we research products, we also look for businesses with similar philosophies, that they care for the earth and they care for the biodiversity of the earth. So when people come in here, they're trying to be health conscious not only for themselves but for the planet as well. We do try to connect with local farmers as much as possible for local produce, and Portage County is one of those places, and all of Ohio that has really good agriculturally and has great soil, great water, and good air to produce food for the population. So that really makes us a really abundant area just because of all the fresh water. Hannah has a farm called a Rooted Well. It's about 10 minutes from here. It's probably the closest organic farm that we have to Kent Natural Food Co-op.
So Rooted Well is my farm. I started working here, volunteering actually with Gexo like 12 years ago, and they asked me if I wanted to work here eventually. I was volunteering all the time with my son. I ended up working here for about 4 years, and then I decided to move about 90 miles away to start farming. I wanted to start bringing the food here instead of selling it. After my first season there, I was like ready to, I was like, I want to farm, I want to do this all the time. So, and bring food to the community. It's just like a home away from home. I always come here when I moved away. It's just like my favorite place to visit, and it's just got a deep sense of community.
Not only do we have local products like produce, we have maple syrup, we have honey, we have a local soap maker, Emily's Soaps, out of Shalersville. All these connections make this a special place in trying to build a local economy as well. So you buy a membership and then automatically you get a discount for everything in the store. So membership for students is $15 a year and for non-students, general public, is $25 a year, and automatically you get 5% discount off everything in the store. And once in a while we have a member appreciation sale where you get even more than that and encourage people to become members and support the co-op. Or for every hour that you volunteer, you get a 2% discount, up to 25% discount off all the food in the store. So I know a lot of the food is expensive and that makes it difficult for a lot of people, but if you can volunteer here, whether that's be cleaning or working on data processing, you can get a bigger discount. It really is about community. It's more community than a national chain or anything. And I think it's important moving forward to really support your local businesses and local community projects, because with all the turmoil going on in the world, it's nice to know that your neighbors and people that you're working with and living with share the same ideas and share the same goals.
Coming up, I'm going to show you the coolest board game lounge in all of Kent. Talk about an awesome concept for the whole family to enjoy when you're here in Kent. We're on Summit, and it's called Board and Bevy. This mastermind idea came from these two right here. This is Haley and Cody, the owners. Thank you both for having me in today. Yeah. This is an exciting, wonderful space that you have.
Thank you.
And the drinks, the food, they're just a wonderful side dish to the awesome board games that really make this place stand out. What was the whole concept? I know when you guys were kind of brainstorming, how did this come to be?
We just, as parents of young children, we really wanted to provide a space for people to, you know, come have fun, have food and drink with your kids and have everybody be entertained and just connect with each other again. We really felt that Kent deserved to have a space like this.
Well, and there's wonderful, pleasant things. You can come with the family, but while you're here, adults, you could enjoy a beverage too. Before it goes, it might have even, let's try it. They have this wonderful smoke. What is that? There's the smoke.
That's a campfire old fashioned. It's Knob Creek Smoky Maple Bourbon with a dash of Angostura bitters and a few dashes of chocolate bitters. I do a bar spoon of maple syrup, and then I stir till it's chilled, and then I smoke it and roast a marshmallow.
And what did you bring in front of me here? This is a non-alcoholic drink?
Yes, that's one of our most popular mocktails. That's an orange creamsicle. It's orange juice, some vanilla syrup, some half and half. I shake it so it kind of goes together. And then I top it with an orange and some whipped cream. With
both of you now becoming entrepreneurs, being part of this, did you have to learn how to be a bartender, or did you have background in that?
I had some bartending experience.
Okay, oh good, because I was going to say, these are impressive.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Now, you also really like to support other local places.
Yes, that is definitely something that we care very much about, and so where we can, we try to source local. So we've featured a lot of local businesses. We have 6 City Sodas, we have Norca, we have Crafted Meadery Needs.
This is a wonderful selection here.
Yes, so you can get a flight, you can sample 4 at a time, or you can get a glass, you can also buy it by the bottle, it makes a great gift. And we have everything to go as well, so you can always just pop in and grab some stuff from us. We love that.
Hey, I love the idea of that. The food too, this is great. I'm starting with dessert first, but that's a beautiful slice of cheesecake right there.
Yeah. What's great about our space, I feel, is that it's a small space, so we can only have so many people. And so we really try to have things just present really well. We take our time on things and just make things really nice. And we try to have really quality ingredients as well. Our chicken that's on the menu is gluten friendly. We try to have vegetarian options. We have a potato wrap that's really good, spicy potato wrap. So we try to have a little something for everyone.
Now, how does it work then? You come in, you pick a board game you want to play?
Yeah, so you come in, it's $5 per person to play games, but if you come in during the first 2 hours that we're open, there's no table fee. But after the first 2 hours, it's $5 per person to play, but it's unlimited. You can play as many games as you like for as long as you like. And we also have a game guru on staff, Ben. And he is very knowledgeable, as well as Cody is very knowledgeable on games, and so we always want to help people learn the games, and sometimes learning a new game is very intimidating. So we want to provide the instructions without having to read them. So we have it covered.
That's helpful.
Yes, you can come in, you can play any game, and we'll help you learn it.
And I'm sure that you have played practically. She told me on the side that you do love your games.
I do love them, yeah.
So you probably have played all of these, so you know what you're doing.
Not as many as I would have liked, but yes, I've played a good amount.
He will as time goes on. So if you ever can't remember where this place is, it's on the menu, right?
It is. Well, it's 141 East Summit Street.
So there you have it. Now, if you have little ones, if you have tweens in your life, if you're 90 years old and you want to come and play, this is truly for everyone. They even have a place where you can buy some games in the background too. If you want to buy some board games, they have some for sale too. So much fun. It needed this in Kent, I feel like, and it's so wonderful that you guys have done this. This is in the old building. It used to be the first grocery store in Kent, right?
Yeah.
So this is so much history in this building too. Thank you guys for having me in today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Our next stop is the perfect place to find unique upcycled fashion items. Here's Sun and Leo.
Sun and Leo is a circular marketplace with upcycled and responsibly sourced apparel and accessories. We have inclusive pieces for everyone and provide community events like clothing swaps annually. Traditionally, you make a product, you buy it, and then it goes in the landfill. But we take responsibility for where things come from and where they go at the end of life. So we thrift everything, we find it through donations, we get things from Facebook Marketplace, antique shows, anything we can. And we also upcycle. So if we can't repair, refurbish vintage goods, we will take them apart, turn them into something else, give them a new life, and it kind of gives a few options for customers. I've actually been sewing my entire childhood. My grandma did, so it was always interesting to me. So in high school, I not only took sewing classes, but I took a sustainability class and realized that no matter what I did in my life, I wanted to make sure I was thinking about the planet, because it's the only thing we have, it's our home, and I want to be able to take care of it. I want to help you find the right size. I don't want there to be stress around clothes, because it's the best part about my day. You know, I put on a good outfit, it sets the tone. I'm excited, like it uplifts me, and even if it's just wearing stuff you feel good in, you don't have to like have that showy outfit, but if it's comfortable, you feel confident, like it shows. It shows in your work, it shows in your interactions. After the customer buys it, we do free repairs, we do free alterations. You can bring stuff in for alterations, we do repairs. So we just try and give you as many options as possible before you do have to give it up for end of life. And when we do get to that point, like I said, we'll use scrap fabric. I will rip stuff apart, use it as filling, give it to other upcyclers, or I can find other organizations that are taking donations. So we just kind of find as many options as possible before, if we have to, ultimately recycle the textiles. Place to take your time. There's no rush here. We want you to feel like you're at home playing dress up. So I feel like that's kind of an inspiration behind it as well. And you kind of ultimately get what you need at the end of the day, because we do customs, we do kind of a little bit of everything. We do repairs on the necklaces too if they don't fit, like kind of making everything personal to you. My favorite section is my upcycled section, where I do things such as blanket pants. I embroider on blank sweatshirts, so I kind of, again, reclaim those, make them a little bit more interesting than just your traditional blanks, and kind of whatever speaks to me. So there's always something new in there, and I never know what I'm gonna create because everything's always different. Clothing swaps are our monthly event. We let you bring in a bag of clothes, we dump it out, and then you fill from our bins. So it just gives you a nice way to refresh your wardrobe without spending any money. If you don't have any clothes to donate, we also have $5 fill-up bags, so you can just shop the bins and take whatever fabric you want, take whatever clothes suit you. Sustainable fashion is easier than you think. Circularity is here, and you can support your planet, you can support your local economy, and you don't have to think about it. That's why I'm here in Kent, is because people in Ohio wear clothes too. And it's just as important here as it is in New York. So I like to be able to share that with everybody, and hopefully they can like show other people that as well.
After the break, craft beers from Kent's neighborhood brew pub. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. We are heading now to a historical building that has been repurposed into a gathering space with incredible craft beers and an eclectic menu. This is Bell Tower Brewing.
We spent a few years kind of looking for spaces while we were kind of crafting our business plan. And when we laid eyes on this space, our jaws dropped. It hasn't operated as a church since the 50s, but it was originally built as a church. And it's just, you know, you look around and the architecture and the design, it's stuff you just can't find these days. People aren't building this anymore. You can't afford to build it.
This is our namesake burger. It's called the Bell Tower Burger. We make all of our own bread in-house, so this is our house brioche bun. And we source our meat locally from Duma's Meats. And over here we have pickled red peppers on it, and then it's a 7-ounce burger patty. Then we have beer cheese, which we use our Meritzen beer in. And then it has house-made barbecue sauce, thick hardwood smoked bacon, and then crispy fried onions on top. And then we do all of our own fries in-house, and we make our ketchup as well. This is our house salad. So we use different seasonal fruits on it normally, but right now we got blackberries, strawberries, and apples. And then this is a crumbled feta. And then these are house candied pecans. And then over here, this is a kombucha herb vinaigrette dressing. So we're lucky enough that Jennifer makes kombucha for us, and we use that in a lot of our dressings. This is our pretzel. So we serve it either as 1 or 3, but they're vegan pretzels. So we use a vegan butter in it, so it's available for all dietary needs for different people. And this is the same beer cheese that was on the burger. This is a house stone ground mustard, and then this is a goat cheese that we make. So you get 3 different dips and 3 pretzels. It's really good, really shareable. This is our sticky sesame cauliflower wings. So this is a sesame style dressing, and then it's topped with sesame seeds, scallions, lemon, and then we make a spicy Thai chili sauce for dipping. I'm lucky enough to have a very talented pastry chef, and every week he rotates different desserts for us. We do a few different monthly. We usually have 1 vegan option available as well. This week he made us a 4-tiered carrot cake with a caramel drizzle on top.
All of our beer is made in-house. Our brewery is attached to the church on the other side. This is a 9.5% double IPA. It's named J-Walt, named after a nickname for my assistant brewer and myself. This is a German-style Hefeweizen named Regenbogen. It is a German word for rainbow. This is called Klosch. It is a German-style Kolsch, but we call it a golden lager since we didn't name it Kolsch. It's Klosch. Because the first time we brewed this beer, we missed a mark because our equipment failed. So I said to Carl, we didn't quite hit the mark, and he said, but it's close. Right now we have 16 beers on tap, and you are able to choose your own flight of whatever beers that you want. And if you don't know what you want to drink, our bartenders are super educated and would love to build a flight for you. When we have such great looking products coming out of such a beautiful space and watching people smile and enjoy themselves, it's truly a testament to the hard work that we put in to get this place rolling.
Bell Tower Brewing is on Park Avenue in Kent. All right, we are popping into a business that started with a recipe book from her mother-in-law. This is Daisy Pops.
Daisy Pops is pure joy, but in cake pop form. So we always try to spread joy through cake pops with all the delicious flavors and fun designs that we do. My mother-in-law got me a cake pop book because it had a koala cake pop in it, and I love koala bears. And so I just started making cake pops on the side. I was actually a high school math teacher and continued to make cake pops usually to bribe my students. They did math a lot better when cake pops were on the line. And then we made it into a real business in 2018, and then COVID came and I did something that I said I would never do. I stopped teaching and I decided to open a brick and mortar. We opened the pop shop in 2023 in April and have been here. We have a group of about 20 pop artists that come in and make about 3,000 cake pops or so a week for all of our pop pals. Why we chose Kent for the location is because I've lived in Kent my whole life, so pretty simple. I went to Kent Elementary Schools, I came back and got my master's at Kent State University. We lived 2 doors down from the house I grew up in where my parents still lives. My husband actually owns a business right upstairs, a design business, so our roots go very deep in Kent. And there's no place that I would rather have a business and start a business, open a business and run a business from, just because of the community support that Kent gives from all areas, all facets, all people. It's amazing. At Daisy Pops, we have 2 sides of the business, we say. We have our stocked pops, which are always in stock. We have about 36 different flavors available at all times. We have seasonal ones that rotate, we have gluten-friendly and vegan ones, we have holiday ones that are usually in fun shapes, and then we have our custom side as well, where people can say, hey, we need our logo on this cake pop, or my daughter wants a pink sparkly unicorn for her birthday. So we're also able to accommodate those, and we can make them whatever shape, whatever flavor people enjoy and want. You can eat it right now, you can sit in our lobby and eat it, or you can take it to go either for later or you can gift it to somebody. So it's going back to just creating joy with cake pops, whether that's for yourself or for sharing it with people that you love. So we love when people pop in here and get to see the pop shop, and even sometimes we'll give tours in the back too, so people can actually see the process. When people walk into Daisy Pops, we want them to, number one, enjoy the cake pops, of course, but we want them to have an experience too. So that they can come in, they can flip our pop counter, which is the number of cake pops we have tallied throughout the year. They get to ring a bell and yell cake pops. I think that people should pop into Daisy Pops when they come visit Kent, because Kent people will love you, will appreciate you, will treat you well, and that's what I love so much about Kent. And then you also get to walk away with a sweet treat.
Daisy Pops offers many services like cake pop lessons. You can even make your next event pop with the variety of products and rentals that they offer there. You can check them out at daisypops.com. Still ahead, gorgeous crystals from a rock shop with a hippie vibe. Our road trip's not over yet. There's one more stop for those looking for a jewelry statement piece or even a new desk decor item. This is Hippie Fox Rocks.
Hippie Fox, we specialize in a lot of different kinds of rocks and crystals and fun things. We do keep a bit of a hippie vibe here, so a lot of our jewelry is peace signs, tie-dye. We have some other fun stuff like singing bowls and things like that. So anything that can just be fun and fits in with like a crystal shop. We have locally made jewelry here. We crystal wrap custom if people want that service done, and a lot of hippie type people like that. The students love it. We have bags, we have clothing, we got a whole wall of dream catchers, lava lamps. So yeah, we keep up with anything that's earthy and hippie and fun and family friendly. Towers are definitely the best sellers. That's the way most of our customers like to buy them, and we have really good prices on them, so we get that compliment a lot. The next category down from crystals though is probably the jewelry. Most of our jewelry, I'm looking at the prices on the wall, it's like 10 bucks, 14 bucks, 18 bucks. We keep it very affordable. There's a lot of different properties to a crystal. They all have a different natural frequency, so that can be translated into a metaphysical meaning. I love this town. I couldn't believe that Kent didn't have a store like this. I didn't think it would be me so many years later that would be doing it, but this it fills a need here. It's a good community-based business, and we have a great fan base here, and it's a great fit for Kent. We are definitely a fun place for the students to stop in and get affordable crystals. That's one thing. We're very low price point for a lot of crystal shops. So the students like our prices, they love our jewelry and a lot of the things that go with a dorm room and stuff like that. So even like a lava lamp, they like those kinds of things. So the students are our bread and butter for sure. And then locals, we have such amazing people that live in Kent, just a lot of really cool folks. That's why it's such a great town to live in. Not just because you have an awesome downtown, but you got a lot of great people too.
I'm a nursing student at Kent State. I have been really into crystals since I was a senior in high school. I was really drawn to the metaphysical aspect and kind of the energy properties they all carry. Obviously my professional life is more medical and serious, so it's nice to have a fun job that really involves my personal interests. Acorn Alley is like one big family, and it's definitely worth checking out. It's worth the drive.
At least stop in, even if you think that rocks and crystals are weird or anything like that. There's something for everyone, there really is. I don't know of anyone that's ever gotten a crystal for any type of gift occasion and didn't like it. I've never heard someone say that. So it's a great gifts in here and a lot of other fun accessories.
So that wraps up our road trip to this beautiful city of Kent. We had so much fun visiting the cool spots that are in this unique college town, and we've really only scratched the surface. So if you've missed any of our businesses that we've featured, head on over to fox8.com and click on that New Day tab. I'm Natalie Herbick, and on behalf of David Moss, we'll see you on the next New Day Cleveland.